Comic book events lately have been ending with a promo or an ad for the next event. Now, I think this is really, really destructive. And here's why. Hey, everybody, this is Perch. A lot of people say I'm a nice guy. I'm probably too soft spoken, or I've been accused as a shill for the big two, or various things. But if there's one thing that I'm very certain of, I'm saying words weird, certain of. If there's one thing I'm certain of, it's that there is a habit and a tendency and an increasing amount of events and storylines and the comic, big summer spectacular, whatever it happens to be, where in the event it basically ends with an ad for the next event. We saw this in Civil War II, where literally the final issue of the event contained multiple pages of promos for future storylines and events. In War of the Realms, there was a big moment in War of the Realms where Daredevil, who has Heimdall's powers, basically kind of predicts future problems that the Avengers are going to do. Now, the comic writers and the editors and the publishers call these Easter eggs. Now, Easter eggs are little tiny things kind of hidden within the comic or the movie or whatever it is to provide more depth, more like nods to long-term fans, people who are paying close attention, give them a little bit of something extra for their attentiveness or their loyalty to their purchase. Those are Easter eggs. Things that are not Easter eggs are big full-page spreads like we saw in Civil War II, where it promoted, Secret Empire and other kind of random storylines within the comic. That is not an Easter egg. That is big effing advertising, is what that is. So to call it an Easter egg is pretty much raping an egg. That's what that is. Sorry. I'm increasingly annoyed by this because the publishers, when they do this, I think that they think they're being clever by hiding ads in an event for the next event, where in reality, the readers and the retailers, but especially the readers, the people who are buying the comics, are going, screw you, I just paid $5.99 for this issue of War of the Realms or Dark Metal or whatever the F it is, Death Metal, sorry. I just paid this cash for this event that is now teeing up another event that I need to spend more money on. When people got to the end of Event Leviathan and got to basically a panel saying Leviathan will return in another event about Leviathan, that was a big screw you to people who had just paid the money for Leviathan. I cannot explain, and I've said this in retailer summits. This probably doxes me. People know exactly who I am right now if they couldn't guess it from my voice. But it is beyond offensive to tell readers who just paid a lot of money, hey, here's by the way, thank you for paying money for this comic. Now here's some ads for another event that you will have to pay money for. Comics, granted, in the words of C.B. Spolsky, we're telling a never-ending story, the longest ongoing story in history. This is the pro wrestling, soap opera, whatever it happens to be. It's comics that tell a forever story. Spider-Man never dies. We just go from adventure to adventure to adventure, and that's cool. Collectors are on board with that. We're happy. The reason why a lot of us are here in comics is because it never ends, because it goes on forever. We like that idea of the story that constantly evolves and changes. We love that. What we do not like is being like, remove all the trappings of illusion that we are hearing a organic story and be forced fed a bunch of marketing BS directly into our mouths of, hey, thank you for spending, I know you like Spider-Man, but thank you for buying this event that is a Spider-Man crossover event that is going to promote the next event. I'm glad that you had Absolute Carnage. That was really super cool. It would have been even cooler if Absolute Carnage had not promised did a little trailer for Absolute Null, or Here Comes Null, or Here Comes the Big Black Scary Carnage God that's going to fuck up, the world. That is a bunch of nonsense, and every single time it pisses off readers. I have a feeling that within the comic publisher, that the writer, the artist, the editors are like, oh man, this is going to be really cool. It's going to get people jazzed about the next event. It's going to get people really excited and really hungry and eagerly anticipating the next big event we have coming up in 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, whoever the hell knows when we're going to publish this. It does not. Here is the response in the comic store. Oh, son of a bitch. I just paid $60 to pay for this event, and now there's another event. Damn it. That is the reaction 100% of the time. No comic reader is reading this going, oh man, this is so cool. I'm glad I bought this whole event, and there's an ad for the next event. Nobody says that. They're all pissed. You're pissing off readers, and it just makes people absolutely crazy. Stop doing this. You are screwing us. And by the way, editors, publishers, and everything else, I know for a fact that Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, I know with Death Metal, that they are not in charge of 5G and all the other 800 things that DC has going on. I know that. We all know that. So please, as a publisher, stop teasing 8 different things at once. If Death Metal is your big event, build to Death Metal. Deliver that big payoff. Don't say, and after Death Metal comes 5G, and after 5G comes the new age of DC, and after the new age of DC comes Doomsday Clock 2, and after Doomsday Clock 2 comes the super amazing biggest crisis of them all. That's what's coming next. Stop it. We all know. We're all on board. We all opened up our wallets. We know you're going to be doing another event 2 years from now. We know. Marvel. We know there's going to be another event next year. Hell, next month, we know there's another event. We all know it. You don't need to rub our faces in it. Just deliver a great story. Don't make it so blatantly obvious that you're trying to tee up the next 18 things you have coming along because you're trying to rape us out of another $80 for, Daredevil and Moon Knight solve the riddle of a man thing. Christ, enough. We're tired. Just deliver a good story, make it count, and then you know what? We will all line up at the cash register to buy your next event. All of us will. I promise. Stop making it so blatantly obvious. I'm sorry, I'm a little irritated right now. I don't mean to be so salty about all this. It's just, it's relentless, and people are exhausted. You're wearing us out. Anyway, are you tired of this? Is this your feeling? I'm venting a little bit. I realize it. I apologize. I hope I didn't turn anybody off by this. It just comes and again and again and again, and we're all very, very tired. Are you tired? Leave me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on it. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Comic Perch, and thanks for letting me blow off some steam, get this off my chest. Thanks for listening.